This tank is a T100LT. I just need to check the speed. It's not showing me. Okay. This is a Russian Tier 10 light tank. The map is Live Oaks. It's a ranked battle. You'll notice that the enemy is all going to the same side. We're going to lose this game, I'm pretty sure. This is common in ranked battles. I'm in Division 3. This is what happens often in Division 3. I don't think it's a good strategy, and the reason why is because they won't have enough tanks to shoot at. It's good to survive, but it's not good in terms of earning EXP or winning the game. You know, the guys in the back are not going to be able to shoot at anything, and even if they do, the average damage is going to be half as much as if you go somewhere else. And it's difficult to spot. How am I going to spot? They're already going to be spotting everything. So we got a huge problem. And I really am not entirely sure. Well, let's see what I do here. I mean, I can try to spot. I don't know if it's going to work. So I got 320 damage on the Progetto and 84 spotting on the T95. The other issue you have is that artillery can hit everybody because there's so many tanks in the same location. It's so much easier for artillery. The Lemming tactic benefits artillery. So I got 256 damage on the T95. And I am using the gold rounds. I was hit by the artillery for 293. I don't worry so much about taking damage because my goal in the game is usually to spot, which usually means to hide. You know, when you're hiding, you just don't take as much damage. You know, it's heavy tanks that have to keep their hit points. I'm really not afraid of wheeled vehicles. I can counter most of their tactics. That was 290 damage on the EBR. Score 0 to 5. I'm guessing that everybody on both teams went to the same side because we're not really seeing anybody in the city. So a smart thing to do would have been to rush the enemy SPG. It looks like they killed. Okay, so 3 of the kills were on our. 2 of the kills were against our SPG. They went after our SPG. I could have gone after theirs. So we do have a heavy tank that showed up. Score 0 to 6. It's very difficult to be relevant when there's a lot of hills in a close area and everybody's got their guns pointed at the same hilltop. The issue with this WZ, I think he's behind a house. And we know exactly where the house is. So all we got to do is knock that house down. And my allies will shoot at him. But they're not going to shoot at him because they have a long reload and do lots of damage. They're not going to waste a shot on knocking a house down. This would have been a great game to get on the enemy cap. That's probably what I should have done. When I saw that everybody was doing the Lemming strategy, get on that cap and force some of them to fall back. The other thing I recommend, going through the center when you don't know what's out there is usually not a good idea. Only go through the center if you know where the enemy is. If you don't know where the enemy is, I definitely recommend going along the red line. Over here, you can probably make it, you can definitely make it to here. You can definitely make it to here because it's below the ground. You can definitely make it to this house. You can definitely make it to this hill. Then you got to make it looks like there's a house here. Then there's this gap to make it to the next lower area. And then you probably can spot the SPG from here. Oh, I can't switch to the Jagdpanzer. Okay, so that's a typical game for ranked battles. Division 3. It was like this again and again and again and again and again. So I had to adjust my play style to figure out how to advance. I figured out how to do it. It took me a while to figure it out. And I've been practicing on the South America server. They play the same way. They do the Lemming strategy. So if you want some practice for ranked battles, play on the South America server.